Hey, can we talk? How are you? I hope you said good. We're gonna talk about not lying to yourself. And I know we've probably had this talk like several times before. I wouldn't really remember because sometimes the things I say go in one ear and out the other. But I think it is very important that we learn to stop lying to ourselves. And that means in any capacity. Quit lying to yourself about your feelings, quit lying to yourself about the truth, quit lying to yourself about anything. I think the sooner or later we learn to accept what reality truthfully is, the happier everybody will be. Because when you're constantly lying to yourself and you're living in this world of delusion, you kind of never really ever get the program. It's kind of like a kid who grew up like getting everything they wanted. And then, like, eventually their parents will pass and they're not going to get everything they wanted from their parents and they're not going to, be spoiled to death. What will you have learned? Nothing. Don't coddle yourself because it seems easier. Take that hard road. But today, specifically, I wanted to talk more about lying to yourself emotionally. I feel like I've touched on a lot of these other things, but I feel like emotionally, romantically lying to yourself. Do not force yourself into something or out of something that is good for you or bad for you just because you think that lying to yourself is just the best way to get through it. Personally, I was in a situation where I thought that if I just tried hard enough and told myself to just ignore everything that was right in front of me, and if I just lied hard enough, it would become reality. And that's just not how that works. That'll never be how that works because that's just not how the world works. You cannot lie something into reality. Something that is a lie will always be a lie. And one way or another, you will have to come to terms with the fact that that is a lie. That person is lying, or you are lying to yourself. I think romantically, though, it gets a little deeper because when you're lying to yourself about something you feel and it has something to do with your partner or a feeling of just like, love or trust in somebody, and you are telling yourself, nope, I don't feel that way. Nope, not true. You are essentially self sabotaging everything that you could want and hope for. If a relationship is what you want, if these feelings that you have for whoever it may be are true, why lie to yourself? Don't tell yourself, well, it's not like anything will come from it. So what? I'll let you guys know something. I felt the way that I felt about somebody for about maybe 3 years. I never said a word because to me it was just like, oh, nothing will ever come from it. I lied to myself day in, day out, and that was the most painful thing of ever that I've probably dealt with today. In my life right now, that's probably the most difficult thing. But I'll tell you what. One night, I finally got enough of the pain, and I realized I can't keep lying to myself about how I feel. I have to be honest. I told them, and the rest was history. It's as simple as that. Whether your feelings are matched or not, lying to yourself, you'll never know. You can't tell yourself nothing will come from it because how do you know? You can't have that mindset that, okay, well, how do I know something will come from it though? You don't. I don't. But that's the point of trying. That's the point of putting hope in something. Put hope in your own feelings. If your feelings aren't strong enough to hope in them, then you don't really feel the way you think you feel. If your feelings aren't strong enough for you to feel like, yeah, even if nothing happens, whatever, you have to feel that strongly about things. You have to be so heart heavy on it that it's just like, you know what? So what? So what? Don't be afraid of your own feelings because I'll tell you what, you got to live with them for the rest of your life. What use do you gain in being afraid of your own feelings? What do you gain from being afraid of how you feel and admitting that truth? You're going to live with your feelings for the rest of your life. The least you can do is get along with each other. The least you can do is see eye to eye. The least you can do is hear your own feelings out, hear your own self out, and give them that benefit. Give them the benefit of at least trying, because who knows where it goes. You miss 1,000% of the shots you don't take. So take that shot, take that risk. Anyway, it's been Lyric. Lovely conversation with you all. Bye bye.